Hello guys, in this video we're going to talk about the basic worksheet 2.2, the factorization using the cross method. This is very important chapter because all of the things is based on the cross method and it's about the quadratic equations. So make sure that you understand how to use the method and how to do every questions. So let's do for question 1. We have x squared plus 8x plus 12. So first of all, you need to find out two things times together, which times together will give you the x squared. So which means that we can have the x times the x. So now we think the factors of the 12. So actually we can write something like 1 times 12, we can have 2 times 6, and have 3 times 4. So let's try them one by one. So those are the factors, isn't it? So those are the factors. So shall we try, let's try the 1 and 12 first. So give a cross in the middle, then the x times 12 will give you 12x, and the x times 1 will give you the x. So you plus them together, then this is equal to 13x. So it's actually not the same one at the 8 in the middle one, so it's not the same. So this is actually wrong. So we give a cross in the first factors. Then we try the second one. So we try the second one, we have x and x together with 2 and 6. So let's try again. So x times 6 give you 6x, x times 2 will give you 2x, and they plus them together, which will give you 8x. And let's check it. The 8x is actually same as the question's middle part. So now we have the 8x, so which is the same. So now we just horizontally see this. We have x plus 2 together with x plus 6. So we have this is as the x plus 2 as the first factor, and the second factor x plus 6. So that we have the x squared plus 8x plus 12 is equal to x plus 2 times x plus 6. So that's for question 1. So let's do for question 2. For question 2, we have y squared plus 5y minus 14. So again, as the coefficient of the y squared is going to be 1, so the y squared can only be factorized as y and y. So let's look at the negative 14. So negative 14, we actually got like the factors. We have the factors like 1 and 14, but actually can be positive 1. So if we have the positive 1, then we take the negative 14. Or we can have the positive 2, negative 7. Or the others is positive 7, but with negative 2, positive 14 with negative 1. So we have four pairs of the factors that times together will give you the negative 14. So let's try them one by one. So for first try, we have the positive 1 together with the negative 14. We use our cross method, we times them together. Y times negative 14 will give you negative 14y. Y times positive 1 will give you the positive y. You plus them together, you use the y to plus a negative 14, so it's going to change to 1 minus 14y. So the answer will equal to negative 13y. So it's actually not the same as the positive 5. So you can cross out the first answer. So let's give a second try. So this is the first try. We have the second try, we have y and y together with plus 2 and negative 7. So plus 2 and negative 7 what we have. So y times negative 7 will give you negative 7y. And we have y times positive 2 will give you positive 2y. Then you plus them together, you will have 2 minus 7 give you minus 5y. So minus 5y is nearly there, but only the sign is wrong. So unfortunately, the second option is wrong as well. So let's try the third one. So for the third one, we have y and y at the left-hand side. And we have positive 7 together with negative 2. Then we do our cross method. Y times negative 2 give you negative 2y. Y times 7 give you 7y. You plus them together. So 7y plus the negative 2y, which one will give you 7y minus 2y, means this is equal to 5y. So this is actually equal to 5y, and it's bing bong, 5y is the same as the middle one. So it's actually correct. So the answer should be this part, the third one. So now we just need to see horizontally, we got the first factor, which is y plus 7, and the second factor is going to be y minus 2. So we combine them to get our answer of y squared plus 5y minus 14 will give you y plus 7 times y minus 2. So that's for question 2. So now move to question 3. So for question 3, we have z squared minus 9z plus 20. So from here, as again, the coefficient of z squared is just 1. So we have z and z at the left-hand side. So let's do some factors things. So factors, actually we have 1 and 20, then 2 and 10, 4 and 5, isn't it? But actually, if you think about like this, it is all positive numbers. So two positive numbers plus together will never give you the negative. So actually, the things we need to consider about is the negative case. So we have negative 1 times negative 20. These two negative numbers times together will give you positive 20. So this is correct. Then we have negative 2, negative 10, negative 4, negative 5. So as what I said before, the negative numbers, as the middle thing is going to be negative. Two positive numbers will never give you negative when you plus them together. So what we're going to consider is only these three cases. So if you choose the negative 4 and negative 5, and we use our cross method, z times negative 5 give you negative 5z, z times negative 4 give you negative 4z. Then you plus them together, we have negative 4 plus the negative 5, which is negative 4 minus 5 give you negative 9. So this one going to be equal to negative 9z. Okay, bing bong. We got the middle thing is the same. So then we need to consider about this is our answer. Then we have z minus 4 as the first factor, and the second factor is going to be z minus 5. So that we have the z squared minus 9z plus 20 is equal to z minus 4 times z minus 5. Okay, so now it's for question 4. So for question 4, we got 2a squared plus 9a plus 9. So in this case, we got a 2 as a coefficient. So now we need to separate it into 2a times a. As these two numbers are not the same, so the order of the numbers here is going to be different. So we need to think about the factors first. So we have the factors. We have 1 and 9. 3 and 3, 9 and 1, isn't it? But however, it still have the negative 1, negative 9. But because the middle thing is going to be a positive number, which means that two negative numbers will never give you a positive numbers, isn't it? The sum of two positive numbers will never give you the negative. So we don't need to consider about the negative factors. So let's just try them one by one. So for example, for the first one, we got 1 and 9. Use our cross method. 2a times 9 will give you 18a. A times 1 give you a. We plus them together give you 19a, which is not 9a. So this is actually wrong. So the first one is wrong. So let's try the second one. So for the second one, what we have is 2a and a. Cross times 3 and 3. So 2a times 3 will give you 6a. 3 times a give you 3a. Then you plus them together, give you 9a. So bing bong, 9a is same as the middle one. So now we can say that 2a plus 3 is the first factor. We have 2a plus 3 as the first factor, and a plus 3 as the second factor. So we can say that the 2a squared plus 9a plus 9 is going to be equal to 2a plus 3 times a plus 3. So that's for question 4. Alright, so now move to question 5. We have 6b squared minus 7b minus 5. So in this situation, we got 6b squared. So 6 can actually separate it into 6b times b, or we have 3b times 2b. So we have two cases. So if we take 3b times 2b first, let's try. So negative 5. So negative 5 as our constant, we need to factorize it as well. So our factors of negative 5, we have like the positive 1, with negative 5. We have positive 5, but with a negative 1. I think that's the only two combinations. Alright, so let's try to put it in. So first of all, we try our positive 1 together with the negative 5. So you cross them together. You got the 3b times negative 5. We have negative 5b, negative 15b. Then you plus the 2b. You get this is equal to negative 13b, which is different from the negative 7b. So it's actually wrong. So for this one, it's wrong. So we need to erase it. Then we can try the next combination. We have our 3b and 2b cross the positive 5 and negative 1. So this is going to give you negative 3b, and we have this is equal to 10b here. So 10b minus 3b will give you 7b. It's actually nearly there, but there's something missing, isn't it? So why is there something missing here? Because these two are not the only factors that we are considered about. Because I told you, these two things are not the same, so the orders about this is actually make a difference. So we still need to consider about the order. So now we can say we still have two more factors, which is negative 5, positive 1. We have the negative 1 together with the positive 5. So we can still try these four more factors. So this is the first trial, this is the second trial. Now we're going to do the third trial. The second one is wrong as well. So right now we try 3b, 2b crossed together with the negative 5, positive 1. So in this one, we got 3b times 1 will give you 3b. 2b times 5, negative 5 will give you negative 10b. So negative 10 plus the 3 will give you the negative 7b. So bing bong is the same as the middle one, which means our 3b minus 5 and 2b plus 1 are our factors. 3b minus 5 and 2b plus 1. So we can say that 6b squared minus 7b minus 5 is actually equal to 3b minus 5 times 2b plus 1. So that's for question 5. Now we can move to question 6. So for question 6, we have 4c squared minus 16c plus 15. So as again, we got the 4 that as the coefficient of c squared. We can separate it into 4c times c together with the 2c times 2c. So again, we need to factorize the 15. Factorize the 15. Because the first case that we are going to consider about is 2c and 2c, so they're the same numbers, so the order of the factors of 15 is not that important. As again, the middle sign is going to be a negative sign, so we only need to consider about the negative factors of 15. So we have negative 1, negative 15, negative 3, and negative 5. Do we still need to write negative 5 and negative 3? If yes, you can write it for the next case, but actually when you're doing for 2c and 2c case, because they are the same, you don't need to write it again. But someone may still say we have positive 1, positive 15, positive 3, and positive 5. That's why I said before, two positive numbers plus together will never give you a negative numbers. So this two case is going to be erased. So you can first try the first case, the negative 1, the negative 15. Then we cross it together and we got the negative 30c, and we got negative 2c. We plus them together, we give you negative 32c, which is way larger than negative 16. So the first one is going to be wrong. Then we can try the second case. We have 2c times 2c, and then we cross out the negative 3 and negative 5. So let's try to see this one. So 2c times negative 5 give you negative 10c. 2c times negative 3 give you negative 6c. You plus them together, you will have negative 6 plus the negative 10. So plus the negative, it gives you negative. So we have negative 6 minus 10 will give you minus 16. So this is give you negative 16c. Alright, bing bong, this is the same as the middle coefficient, which means that the 2c minus 3 is a factor together with the 2c minus 5. So we have 2c minus 3 as the first factor, 2c minus 5 as the second factor. So we can write it down, the 4c squared minus 16c plus 15 is actually equal to 2c minus 3 times 2c minus 5. So you can see that when doing the cross method, sometimes you can't get the answer directly. You need to do a lot of trials. So it's not a shame that you make a mistake here. Just do them one by one and make it slower down. Okay, so let's try to do the question 7. We have negative 3x squared plus 10x minus 8. So every time you see a negative coefficient in the x squared, which means I can take out the negative first. So now we have the negative, we take it out, then we have 3x squared. When the positive take out a negative, you have the negative here. And for negative, you take out negative, you only got a positive left. Okay, so what we're going to do is just to factorize this 3x squared minus 10x plus 8. So as again, 3x squared can be written as 3x times x. That's the only combination. So we need to think about the factors of 8. So as again, the middle sign is a negative sign, which means that we need to consider about the negative factors of 8. So we have and also this is 3 and x, they're not the same, which means I need to consider about the order of the factors 8. So first of all, we have negative 1, negative 8, negative 2, negative 4, negative 4, negative 2, negative 8, negative 1. So we try this factors one by one. Let's try first one. Negative 1, negative 8. You times together 3 times negative 8 give you negative 24x. X times negative 1 give you negative x. Plus come together give you negative 25x, which is wrong. So the first one is wrong. Then we try the second one. This is our first trial. This is our second trial. So now we have 3x times x. We have negative 2 together with negative 4. So we times them together. This one will give you negative 12x. This one will give you negative 2x. Plus together give you negative 14x, which is wrong. So the second one is wrong. Then we try the next time. We try for the third time. 3x times x cross times the negative 4 and negative 2. So 3x times negative 2 will give you negative 6x. X times negative 4 give you negative 4x. You plus them together, you will get the negative 10x. Alright, bing bong, you got the answer here is negative 10x. We got this negative 10x here, isn't it? So which means that the 3x minus 4, the x minus 2 is going to be the factor of it. So we have 3x minus 4, x minus 2 as our factor, so that we have the negative 3x squared plus 10x minus 8. We first take out a negative, so we still have 2 brackets here. We got 3x minus 4, we got x minus 2. So that's the answer of question 7. It's a little bit tricky, but at least first step, you take out the negative, you get 1 mark. After I can use the cross method to factorize it step by step. Alright, so for last question 8. So for question 8, we have our 4a squared minus 20a plus 11. So first of all, we take out our negative first. When we take out the negative become positive, and the positive will become negative. So again, 4. So 4a squared can actually got 2 cases. We got 4a and a together with 2a and 2a. So now we think about the factors of negative 11. So first of all, when we're doing the 2a things, it's actually the same one. So order is fine. It's fine. We're going to consider about it. So positive 1, negative 11. We have positive 11, negative 1. So let's try to do this part first. So let's try it. We have positive 1 and the negative 11. If you times them together, you got negative 22a together with 2a. You plus them together, will give you negative 20a, which is nearly the same, but this is positive, this is negative. Unfortunately, this is wrong. So let's try the others. So this is our first trial. So for the second trial, we have our 2a times 2a, and the factors will be positive 11, negative 1. So 2a times negative 1 will give you negative 2a. 11 times 2a give you 22a. You plus them together will give you positive 20a. Bing bong is the same as the middle one, isn't it? So our factor is going to be 2a plus 11, 2a minus 1. So that we have the negative 4a squared minus 20a plus 11 is going to be taking the negative. We still have 2 factors. The 2 factors is going to be 2a plus 11 and 2a minus 1. So we have the negative 2a plus 11 times 2a minus 1. So that's for question 8. So try to finish the rest question by yourself. It's actually using the similar approach, but just a little bit tricky. So try to do it. And if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask me. Thank you. Bye-bye.